Hey, what's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. It's Miller time for the Dodgers. LA is set to call up their top pitching prospect, Bobby Miller, and he's set to make his big league debut Tuesday night against the Braves in Atlanta. We're going to talk about that. Julio Urias is headed to the IL. All the latest Dodgers news rumors coming up in just a second. But first, if you haven't yet, for all things Dodger baseball all season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell, and if you really want to support the channel, you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day: on a scale of 1 to 10, how high are you on Bobby Miller? What are your expectations for him this season? Let me know down below. And for our latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So we've got some big news to get into here on a Sunday morning. The Dodgers are calling up Bobby Miller. Miller's the Dodgers' top pitching prospect. He's ranked number 19th on MLB Pipeline's top 100 prospects list. And the news was first reported by Bally Sports' Russell Dorsey, who tweeted out, "Dodgers are calling up top prospect right-handed pitcher Bobby Miller. Sources tell Bally Sports and Stadium Miller is MLB Pipeline's number 19 prospect and will make his debut Tuesday night in Atlanta versus Spencer Strider." And so we knew that Bobby Miller and Gavin Stone were going to make their big league debuts this season. We just didn't know it was going to be as early as May. But due to the injury to Dustin May and now Julio Urias, who the Dodgers placed on the 15-day IL yesterday after he suffered a left hamstring strain, he's eligible to return as early as June 3rd. Well, they have to turn to their top two pitching prospects. We already saw Gavin Stone's debut. He's most likely going to get the start tomorrow in place of Dustin May, and then Tuesday they're going to Bobby Miller. And so far it has been a little bit of a rocky start for Bobby Miller down in AAA. So far this season, through 4 starts and 14 1/3 innings of work, he's posted a 5.65 ERA with a 19.7 strikeout rate. He has had some rocky outings, but this guy has the stuff that can play up at the big league level. You've heard so much about that electric fastball, that triple-digit heat. He can hit 102 on the gun, but he also has a changeup that has power, that generates a lot of swing and miss. He's got a slide piece that ranges anywhere from 85 to 91 miles per hour, has that sharp break to it, has a plus breaking ball. But one thing you're going to want to look at when Bobby Miller's on the mound is how he pitches when runners reach base, because he is a very different pitcher when runners are aboard versus when they're not. You'll see the velocity take a tiny dip. You'll see the swing and miss take a dip. If you look at so far this season in AAA, when the bases are empty, opponents are slashing 152, 300, 212 with a 512 OPS. When runners reach base, that number jumps up to a slash line of 316, 286, 684 with a 970 OPS. So that's something to look at. Also, how will he fare against left-handed hitters? So far this season, lefties are hitting 333 off him with a 937 OPS compared to righties who are hitting 147 with a 544 OPS. So that is one thing to look at, but this guy does have the stuff. Now, he was the Dodgers' 29th overall pick in the 2020 draft out of Louisville, and AA and AAA last year, he definitely emerged. He posted a 30.5 strikeout rate, an 8.1 walk rate. He did struggle when you look at the ERA at a 4.45 ERA, but you have to take that with a grain of salt, because when you're at the minor league level and you're an elite prospect for the Dodgers, it's not about just getting every guy out. It's how you get them out. They want to see you develop. They want to see you working both sides of the plate. They want to have you continue to refine that pitch mix and go with different pitches in certain situations, when you know if you want to blow that fastball by guys or throw that slider, that changeup, that you could probably have the results. But they were working on stuff with Bobby Miller. Now, one thing you hear about with him is how will he work that glove side corner, and that tends to be how he gets in trouble, because when he hits that glove side corner and he's painting, he can avoid mistakes, but at times when the command is off, you'll see that leak out over the heart of the plate, and that's when hitters do damage against him. So, and I was talking about this with my friend Casey Porter over at Dodgers Daily. I definitely recommend you subscribe to his channel. That, yeah, Bobby Miller is ready, and he does have the stuff, but his best pitch isn't his fastball. It's his secondary pitches where he really shines. But you play that off the fastball. If he has that fastball command, especially at the big league level, this guy has the potential to be special. He has the potential to be a frontline starter, to be an absolute ace. That is how good this guy's stuff is. When it comes to pure raw stuff, he doesn't take a backseat to anyone at the minor league level. It's just a matter of commanding that fastball and hitting his spots at the big league level. That is going to be the difference. Now, it does feel a little rushed. I have to be honest with you. You would have liked to see him get a few more starts under his belt at the AAA level this season, because you're talking about a guy who's only made 8 starts in AAA before making that big league debut. And then also you add the fact that he was dealing with that shoulder soreness, and that's why they kind of slow played his year. Yeah, it would have been nice. And then you also add the fact that he's making his debut in Atlanta against the second best offense in Major League Baseball. The Braves currently have a 798 OPS. So it is an unenviable position, but then you look at this is a guy that is built for this spot. He's built for the big stage, the bright lights. He's a guy that has big goals and big dreams. I remember speaking to Bobby Miller during spring training, and I asked him about his goals, and I expected him to say a lot of cliche answers. I'm just hoping to have a good year and stay healthy and throw strikes and all that stuff that you hear pitchers say. He told me he wants to pitch in a World Series. So that is how high his expectations are for himself. In a few minutes, I'm going to play the clip from an interview I did with Bobby Miller, and if you want to see the full interview, I'll drop that down below in the description. But look, the Dodgers, they absolutely needed some help in the starting rotation, and there's just no answers. Michael Grove isn't ready. He's facing hitters. He's set to begin a rehab assignment. Ryan Pepiot is dealing with the oblique injury. He's facing hitters, but he's far away. Of course, Walker Buehler, he won't be back until probably September at the very earliest. And then Dustin May, he's been out with the elbow issue, and they're saying that he's going to be back in 4 to 6 weeks. I don't think it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks. I anticipate it most likely will be longer than that. And the next question is, how do you get Bobby Miller on the 26-man active roster? Because right now, he's not even on the 40-man roster. Now, a couple moves you can make. Dustin May could be placed on the 60-day IL if they're not confident that he can return in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Also, you could say goodbye to Wander Suero, who has had his moments, and then Tyler Sear, who just made his Dodgers debut the other night, who actually looked really solid. I loved his confidence on the mound. I loved the way that changeup played up. He was hitting his fastball. He's a guy that I think could be a possible weapon for the Dodgers after seeing him in one start. So they are going to have to make a roster move, but you absolutely had to do it. Entering today's game, the Dodgers have gone 22 innings from starting pitchers in 6 games and 33 innings from their bullpen. So this bullpen is heavily taxed, and yes, it would have been great to see Bobby Miller get some more time at the minor league level, but guess what? You have to give him this opportunity. You have to go to him. Look, sometimes you can study too much for a test where it actually hurts you on the test. So, hey, sometimes you throw some guys into the fire. I think he's built for it. He's a guy that is 24 years old. He went to college at Louisville. The Dodgers' 29th overall pick in the 2020 draft, selected in the first round. So I think if anyone can do it, it is absolutely Bobby Miller. And hey, that's what makes this year so exciting. And then Julio Urias, I think this will benefit him. We talked about him extensively yesterday about the issues that he's had, and maybe he's compensating with a hamstring injury that has possibly been lingering. That is something to consider as well, but it is exciting times. Another debut from a Dodgers top prospect, and look, this is important for this season. I mean, yeah, we'll see if the Dodgers are true contenders for the World Series. I think they've exceeded expectations from a wins and losses standpoint, but I'm not focused on the wins and losses right now. I'm focused on trying to fortify this rotation and cementing this core for the future. We know now Miguel Vargas is going to be a part of this core. We know James Outman is going to be a part of this core. And Gavin Stone, I think, is going to shine at some point this season as early as tomorrow. I think for him, it's about fastball command, getting that changeup to play up in the show, and also getting that third pitch down, finding that slider, finding another weapon to keep hitters off balance. But if you get this core intact, it's going to go a long way to helping you achieve achieve sustainable winning. And I think that cohesion, that chemistry with this group is going to be big. Now, there's another angle you can look at is saying, hey, maybe you see Bobby Miller, see how he looks, and see if you want to use him as a trade chip if Shohei Ohtani becomes available. Because if Bobby Miller looks the part, you can definitely sell a guy on triple-digit heat and a guy that has extremely high upside. Now, I'm not saying they're going to go that route, but hey, with this organization, let's be honest, everything is in place. So Bobby Miller making his debut Tuesday. It's going to be another exciting night for Dodger baseball. Wish him nothing but the best. But here's a clip from an interview I did with Bobby Miller during spring training. And like I said, if you want to see the full interview, I'll drop that down below. But here's my talk with Bobby Miller. Yeah, absolutely. And when it comes to this season and some of your goals, what are some of those goals for the season?
I mean, obviously, I want to make it up to the big stage, but I mean, that's not the biggest thing. Obviously, the hardest part is staying there. I mean, everybody wants to be a contributor to the team, pitch in the playoffs. I mean, I want to pitch in the World Series one day, and I want to do a really good job at it and be a contributor to the team. I mean, yeah, it's everyone that wants to be great, so I mean, I'm going to go out there and make it happen.
So yeah, and talk about this process and experience. What is the one key that you think is going to help you get to that next level and accomplish some of those goals?
I think just mentally staying where my feet are and not trying to move too quick. I mean, if you just where your feet are every day, I mean, that's all you can ask for, really. I mean, just be where my feet are today. Like, what can I do better today to get better? I mean, that will help so much more in the future than just only focusing on the future, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. We get you out here on this one to see you doing your routine. Do you have any pregame superstitions or anything like that out there on the mound?
No, not really. I mean, I like to get in the hot tub before I pitch. Loosens the body up a little bit, yeah, so I usually just make sure I got like a hot tub somewhere I go. If I don't, oh well, but that's pretty much the only routine I got. I mean, whether it's my prep work before I pitch, that's a normal pitcher's routine, but yeah, I'm not really a big superstition guy. I don't really believe in that kind of stuff.
But let me know down below in the comment section, on a scale of 1 to 10, how high are you on Bobby Miller? Me, I'm going to give it a 9. I'm going to give it a 9 right now. Yes, it could be a 10 if he got more experience and he was missing a little more bats down to AAA level this year. I think that's definitely going to hopefully change. But I'm going to go with a 9 right now for Bobby Miller. My expectations are high for this kid. I think if you look at the way he wears his hat, hey, if you look at that as an indicator, a lot of confidence, a lot of swag, kind of tilted to the side, definitely on my all-hat wearing team this year. His show chain game is off the charts, always rocking the custom cleats, so definitely high on Bobby Miller, and my expectations for him are that he goes out there and he really shines. I definitely think against this Braves lineup, it's going to be tough sledding. There's no question about it, but this guy is built for it. But let me know down below. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For our latest Dodgers news and rumors all season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you really want to support the channel, smash that like button. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.